I grew up with the belief that when something broke, you fixed it, especially a marriage. That was the kind of love I was raised on. Not perfect, not easy, but enduring. You held on even through storms. I wasn't perfect either. God knows I had my flaws, my blind spots. But I gave everything I had to Melina. 13 years. We'd been together longer than most people stay friends. We had memories carved into every corner of our home. Photos on the fridge, inside jokes hidden in the way we spoke, routines that felt sacred. I thought we were in it for the long haul. I really believed we were growing old together, hands intertwined, arguing over dinner choices and laughing over dumb movies until we were gray. But everything I knew collapsed on a random Tuesday. It didn't come with a bang. It was more like a slow leak, so quiet I almost didn't notice. Her routine started changing. She began working late more often. Her phone, always within reach, started staying face down. Silent. She'd smile at messages she never shared with me. And her kisses at night, soft, quick, distant, started to feel like obligation instead of affection. I didn't want to jump to conclusions. That wasn't how we were. I figured she was overwhelmed. Maybe the pressure of work, maybe something she couldn't put into words. I asked her gently. She smiled, touched my hand and said, "Just tired, babe." And I believed her. Because that's what love does. It believes even when it hurts too. Then came the night that changed everything. She went to bed early, said she had a migraine. I stayed on the couch, half watching a game, half dozing. Later, I wandered into the study to send a work email. Her laptop was still open on the desk. As I moved to sit down, a message popped up in the corner of the screen. Just a preview. A few words. "Last night was amazing. I can still smell you on my sheets." My chest tightened. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. The air felt thick like I'd suddenly sunk underwater. My hands shook. I stood there staring at the words as if doing so long enough would make them change. But they didn't. Eventually I clicked. Open the chat. Dozens of messages. Hundreds. Pictures. Videos. Hotel addresses. Nicknames. Flirty banter. Words I never heard her say to me. A parallel life. An entire world where I didn't exist. I closed the laptop. I didn't wake her. I didn't scream. I didn't throw anything. I sat on the couch, the same couch we had chosen together, and stared into the dark until morning. My eyes stayed dry but they burned like fire. The next morning I made her breakfast. Just like always. 2 eggs. Buttered toast. Black coffee. She kissed my cheek, told me to have a good day. I smiled back. But something inside me had gone numb, frozen solid. I went to work. Nodded through meetings. Pretended everything was fine. But her betrayal echoed in my mind like a chorus I couldn't silence. Her voice. Her laugh. Her touch, given to someone else. 3 days passed. I didn't say a word. I don't know why. Maybe I needed time to process. Maybe I hoped I was wrong. Maybe I just wanted to mourn in silence before I said goodbye. Then Saturday came. She left to run errands. I waited until the door closed behind her. Gave it another 15 minutes. Then I walked into our bedroom, pulled the largest suitcase from the back of the closet and started packing. Only my things. Just what I needed. Shirts, pants, socks. My razor. My passport. My laptop. I didn't rush. I folded every item with deliberate care. Then I slipped off my wedding ring and placed it on her pillow. I was zipping the suitcase shut when I heard the door creak. She was back. "What the hell are you doing?" she asked, her voice shaking. For the first time in a long time she sounded scared. I didn't stop folding. She stormed into the room. "Answer me. What are you doing? Why are you packing?" I turned to her, calm, steady. "I know," I said. The words dropped between us like thunder. She froze, her mouth slightly open, reaching for some excuse, any excuse. But nothing came out. Just a broken sound caught in her throat. "Wait," she finally stammered. "Just listen." It didn't mean anything. I was confused. "You've been distant, Don't," I cut in, holding up a hand. "Don't make it worse." Tears filled her eyes. "You can't just leave. You're my husband. You should have remembered that before you let someone else into our bed." She stood there, trembling, falling apart. "Please, we can fix this. I'll end it. I'll do anything." But it was too late. Whatever we had, it wasn't alive anymore. The woman standing in front of me wasn't the one I had built a life with. That version of her vanished the moment she decided I wasn't enough. The moment she handed pieces of herself to someone else. I picked up my bag and walked toward the door. "Don't you dare walk out on me like I'm nothing," she cried behind me, desperation clawing at her voice. I paused, my hand on the doorknob. I didn't turn around. You already made me nothing, I said softly. And then I walked out. I didn't go to a friend's place. Didn't book a hotel. I just drove. Hours passed, the road stretching endlessly ahead of me, the sun dipping low behind the trees. No destination. Just motion. Just silence. Just the sound of the wind chasing me down an unfamiliar highway. I didn't know where I was headed. But I knew one thing with absolute clarity. I was done. And for the first time in years, I was free.